Hi, I'm Nick White, and this is Smash Course U.S. History. Today we're going to be talking about economic reform during the Progressive Era. Something that would be nice to have today, considering how badly America needs both a functioning economy and reform. Ooh, Mr. White, is this like the time when Flo saved me 7% on my online insurance quote? No, me from the past. That was Progressive Auto Insurance. Get out of my classroom. The actual Progressive Era was the time following the Gilded Age that saw major changes to the economic system that controlled the lives of most working and middle-class Americans. Beginning in the 1890s, the economic reform that took place during the Progressive Era, which seem mundane to us now, were mind-boggling and earth-shattering for many Americans at the time, corporate owners and blue-collar workers alike. For example, in the 1890s, the first Antitrust Act was passed by Congress to put regulations on large businesses in order to promote competition and restrict the rising inequality. Now, although these economic reforms started off with a bang, huge corporations such as Carnegie's U.S. Steel and Rockefeller's Standard Oil preserved their monopolies and their fortunes. These issues provoked many muckraking journalists and political activists to attack the corporate system, which spurred the growth of the progressive movement. One such activist, Louis Brandeis of Kentucky, was a prominent figure at the forefront of the progressive movement. He was known as the People's Lawyer because he fought for the rights of workers and defeated monopolies. In his most notable cases, he helped save the Boston subway system by breaking up the New Haven Railroad monopoly, represented the England Policyholders Protective Committee in a case that helped found a new form of savings bank, life insurance, and also spent years defending the constitutionality of state laws, which set limits on the hours and/or types of conditions at a workplace. Brandeis also influenced the passage of the Clayton Antitrust Act and the Federal Commission Act. Fun fact, Woodrow Wilson appointed Brandeis to the Supreme Court in 1916, making him the first Jewish Supreme Court justice. The Clayton Antitrust Act was passed by Woodrow Wilson and was intended to fortify the Sherman Antitrust Act by sealing up many of the original loopholes that were exploited by tycoons, and was generally motivated by a desire to lessen the stark economy inequality that had plagued the United States during the early 20th century. Oh look, it's time for the history document. If I guess the name of the document correctly, I get shocked, as in surprise. If I don't, I get shocked, as in bzzz. Okay, Stephen, let's see what we have here. In spite of his bold presentations and his perfect organization, a few obstinate oil refiners still lived and persisted in doing business. They were a fly in his ointment, a stick in his wonderful wheel. He must get them out, otherwise the great purpose would be unrealized. And so, while engaging in organizing the world's markets, he indecidedly carried on a campaign against those who dare intrude there. Is it The Jungle by Upton Sinclair?
Ida Tarbell.
Ida Tarbell, who wrote the history of the Standard Oil Company in order to bring light to Rockefeller's unethical tactics. Tarbell, a muckraker, was an activist like Brandeis. She made it her mission to expose the inner workings of corporate bosses and their shady malpractices. Her own father was a small oil refiner and producer, but when Rockefeller arrives, misfortune follows. She started writing for a small magazine called the Chautauquan, and from then, her writing journey took off. It's that shuttle time! That's all on Smash Course U.S. History. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Steven as our photographer, and to Jake as our editor and producer.
3, 2, 1, action.
And today,
3, 2, 1, action.
know me from the past, that was Progressive Auto Insurance.
3, 2, 1, action.
Beginning in the 1890s, The economic reforms that took place during the Progressive Era. Ready?
I feel bad.
Good. Represented in New England's policyholders' protective committee in case that helped. What is this?
3, 2, 1, action.
Fun fact, Woodrow Wilson appointed brand meningitis